Ryan, most of you interior guys and most of you guys on the line, defensive and offensive, kind of look forward to when the pads are going to come on. They're going to come on tomorrow. Is that something that you're really looking forward to so you guys can really start to gauge where you are?
Yeah, every year you go into camp, and when those pads come on, it's a different tempo. It's full go. And as an offensive lineman, it's something that you kind of look forward to. And like, all right, it's go time now, and you can kind of test yourself again and see where you are, what you need to improve on. And it's really, when you have the full pads, it's really the only time that you can truly evaluate yourself and kind of see where you are and what you need to improve on. So the padded days are definitely a benefit for sure.
Next question's from Rod Walker. Rod?
Hey, Ryan, I got two questions about two of your teammates. First, just what have you seen in Cesar Ruiz, and what do you think about Andrus Peat and his new body?
Cesar's been good. He's a smart football player. I think he's going to be able to adapt well into this league. He's strong. He's physical. Kind of going back to the padded thing. He's going to be able to showcase really what kind of player he is when the pads come on. And as far as Peat, man, he looks great. He said that he's in the best condition of his life. So happy for him, and I'm sure he's excited to get going as well.
What was kind of your reaction when you saw him the first time?
I don't know. It was a big change. He looks really good. He looks in shape, and he looks like an in shape offensive lineman. Looks good.
Next question's from Nick Underhill. Nick?
Yeah, I have one and then a follow-up after. Does it make any difference for you who plays at guard? I know they aren't certain. At least they're telling us they aren't certain who's playing where. Does it change anything for you based on who's playing next to you?
A little bit, in some fashions. There's some things in the run and pass game that, guards and tackle kind of have to be in sync with each other, in different fashions in this game. So, it'll be a little bit different. But like I said, Cesar's very adaptable. He's been going center guard. And when he comes out to guard, we've gotten sets together and we've been working a little bit already. So, I think he's doing a good job.
And then just the second one, you mentioned you got your knee scope. What was that for? And I'm assuming you're good now?
Yeah, there was just a little bit of loose cartilage that they had to take out at the end of the year.
Next question's from Amos Morale. Amos?
Yeah, you mentioned, the lack of having preseason games. I know sometimes that can kind of break up the monotony of camp. Have you thought about that at all, or like how are you going to keep that, intensity up during these weeks of practice?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it's going to feel yet without having preseason games, but it'll be a little bit different. It's always nice to go against someone else. You keep going against the same guys, which, for me, I get to go against Cam, so that's some of the best practice you can possibly get. But it is nice to go test out, other defensive schemes, defensive players, and get that experience. I think for like younger players, I think it's even more beneficial. As a rookie, when I came in as a rookie, that was very beneficial for me for those preseason games. So kind of a tough spot for them, but at the same time, this is what we're given, and this is what we have to do. So, we'll make the most of it here. I'm sure we'll have some game-like scenarios, and it'll be fine. We'll get a lot of good work done still.
Next question's from Luke Johnson. Luke?
Hey, Ryan, how much emphasis do y'all place on ball security? And has that changed at all in your time here, just with some of the messaging there?
As an offensive lineman, obviously, we don't hear it that much, but we do hear it on the practice field a ton. Sean was talking about it the other day. I can't remember the exact statistics, but we were the best in history with turnovers or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was an impressive stat, and that's definitely something we hear all the time in meetings, in the locker room, on the field. Ball security is vital in this game.
Just kind of following up on that, how much of a role do you think that's played in y'all, racking up like 36 or 37 wins over the last 3 years? Each year has been kind of y'all have been up there in terms of turnover margin.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Anytime you give the ball away, obviously it gives the opponent the advantage. So when you can hold on to the ball, take the ball away from the other team, I mean, you're going to win games on that alone, just the amount of possessions per game. So ball security is essential for sure.
Next question from Andrew Doak. Andrew?
Ryan, I know McCoy came in last year and played center his first year, but just given the craziness of this offseason and the terminology and the depth of knowledge that you have to know on this offensive line to be able to run this offense, like how realistic do you really think it could be week one for someone like Cesar Ruiz to play center if that is the role that they choose for him?
I think it's realistic. Is it difficult? Yeah, I think it's difficult. There is a lot to know. There's a lot to learn. How does he mesh with Drew? There's a lot that goes into the center position. But I definitely think it's realistic. Cesar's a great player. He's a smart player. And I'm sure that whatever the coaching staff decides, Cesar's going to be able to assume that role.
Questions that he had, I'm sure at some point during this offseason, he was sent the playbook and maybe was just kind of studying on his own, and then also, getting with you guys in Zoom meetings. I mean, is that kind of where he would ask most of his questions? Would he lean on you guys or the coaching staff or Drew? How did that kind of go about?
I know they had a lot of meetings, especially him with Dan, our offensive line coach, in the off season, and he's had time to prepare, and when I came in, Dan did a great job of preparing me and with my knowledge for this game, and then at the end of the day, it really comes out to, all right, the stuff now let's go perform out on the field. But it is a lot to learn, but so far he's been doing great, and he's really getting this stuff down. So I think he's putting himself in a good position.
Next question's from Amos Morale. Amos?
Yeah, you guys as an offensive line have been together, as a core pretty, consistently. Hasn't been too much turnover. When you get a new guy like Cesar Ruiz in, how do you kind of build chemistry with him, considering that you other guys play together so long?
Yeah, I think it's really reps. It's repetition. It's, trusting him trusting us. But I think overall, if you look at that, it's reps. It's on the field. It's practice. It's going through all the little details that you have to do to play at this level. So I think at the end of the day, just going out on the field, getting used to how each other work, how we work together. Yeah.
Next question's from Amy Just. Amy?
Hey, Ryan. Teron said a little while back that, the feeling right now is Super Bowl or bust. I guess, do you agree with that? And how are y'all, trying to achieve that goal when your entire offseason's been disrupted?
Well, Super Bowl or bust, yeah, I saw Teron said that, and absolutely I'm on the same page with him. I feel like we have such an incredible team here. I don't know how many years Drew has left. Hall of Fame quarterback. It seems like we have all the pieces here to go and win this thing. But it's as far as preparing in that crazy offseason and stuff, I think that's where kind of more veteran teams will prevail this season. Guys who are focused on their craft and are responsible players and can come and approach this game, like they always do, and just have that dedication. I don't know. Yeah.
Next question's from Luke Johnson. Luke?
Hey, Ryan, since you've been out there seeing everybody and we haven't so far, who out of the kind of young guys outside of Cesar has kind of caught your eye?
I mean, I couldn't put a name on someone. I think they've all been doing a really good job. As far as a certain player, I don't know. I'm not sure.
It was worth a try. I appreciate it.
Next question's from Amy Just. Amy?
Yeah, Jameis, being a rival for so long and now he's with y'all, what have been some of your early impressions of him when you're in the huddle with him?
I don't know if I've gotten in the huddle with him. Oh yeah, I have. He's a good dude, man. He seems like a really genuine person, and he seems like he has a real dedication to learn and to understand this offense, and he seems like a really good person.
Next question's from Mike Triplett. Mike?
Hey, Ryan, sorry, I missed your first answer, so I apologize if any of this is a repeat, but can you just talk about what your main focus, a couple of things you wanted to work on, whether skills-wise or physique-wise or anything this offseason that you focused on in your training?
There's always a whole laundry list of things that, I'd like to improve on, but I think there's a couple things in the run and pass game, just little things that consistently I would like to improve on, like I'm talking really small details, just like where I carry my hands in my pass game, my pad level in my pass game and run game, certain stuff like, footwork on the play side of, outside or inside zone run, really little details like that, I have been working on a little bit in the off season.
All right, I think that wraps it up. Actually, we got one more. Nick Underhill. Nick?
Just following up on that last answer, just your off-season work, those little details, does it become more detailed each year, as you settled into the league and, kind of ascended to the top of your position?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. Coming in as a rookie and first, second year guy, there's so much that, you need to get better at and learn, and it's just an ongoing process. And I'm not even close to being, where I think I should be. But I think at the same time, as you get experience and you get a couple more years under your belt, it's like, all right, now I can start to really fine tune my game and, pick up some of the more small points in my game that I need to improve on.
Just like to get an idea of like the hand placement, like how much of a difference? Are we talking like inches here? Just like really small, granular details?
Yeah, literally small stuff like that. And it's like, it's the only way you fix it is by repetition. So, because, you go on a pass set and you're thinking, this is where my hand's naturally set. So you have to consciously think about, all right, I need to carry this hand a little bit higher. And so it's just a repetition thing that you have to ingrain in your brain to just automatically do that every time.